Okay, so today is going to be comment corner number 3. Welcome. This week I have one comment. Why? Because it covers a multitude of other comments and it's easier for me to do it that way. This week's comes from Samantha Fox. She writes, I was so sure I had that Roadtrek deal buttoned up. Well, I drove all the way to Pensacola to pick it up, and the chassis was rusted out, as in my finger broke through as it crumbled into pieces. So now I'm looking again. Over a year and a half, and I can't find the right Roadtrek. This sucks. Help! So, first of all, Samantha, thank you for the comment. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry you're having difficult time finding a Roadtrek. You're not alone. Most everybody that's gone out RV hunting, or vehicle hunting for that matter, runs into the same problem. There are a lot of vehicles out there that just don't measure up to our high standards. Now, this time of year, we're into May. When I was looking for this Roadtrek, I actually found it at the beginning of March. So we were still in what we would call winter. The best times to look for an RV are sometime between January and March. When we get into this time of the year, this is the peak of the season. This is the beginning of spring, summer, when people are thinking about traveling and using an RV. If they don't have one, they're thinking about buying an RV. Prices generally tend to be the highest right around now. Doesn't mean you can't find a deal, just means generally speaking. The good news about Samantha, and I commend you, Samantha, she had the wherewithal to inspect the vehicle. Get underneath, take a look at the chassis, probably open the hood, check to see if all the things are working inside. Good work, Samantha. You saved yourself a lot of anguish and trouble on the road, and possibly some danger, because when something is that far gone, it can be hazardous to drive. On that last exclamation, help! Well, the help I have is this. I've looked for vehicles, I've bought a lot of vehicles, I've shopped for a lot of vehicles, I've done it for myself, I've done it for other people. So I have quite a bit of experience in looking for and finding good quality vehicles at fair prices. I don't say reasonable, I don't say cheap, I say fair. Because if a deal is fair, I win, the person selling the vehicle wins. It's a win-win situation, and that's the way things should be. Nobody should get took in the process of exchanging a vehicle. The buyer shouldn't, and the seller shouldn't. Everybody should treat each other fairly. With that in mind, the things I have to say are this. Searching. If you're searching for a vehicle, your chances are you're looking on eBay, AutoTrader, maybe some other local sites. With Craigslist, it's not as easy. You generally are looking in a local area, or you have that little sidebar that says, you know, in my area, we have the Santa Cruz area, San Francisco Bay Area, Sacramento, Los Angeles. So I've got to kind of look through all these things. Well, there's a website called SearchTempest.com. And you can plug in the parameters that you have for the vehicle you're looking for, and SearchTempest will return all the Craigslist listings all over the United States. In my case, that was very helpful. I wasn't looking in Oregon for a Roadtrek. So when I went on SearchTempest, boom, there this Roadtrek was, and it was only there 15 minutes. I called the dealer, I found out a little about it. I had the dealer go out, take some pictures for me. It happened to be snowing, so it was a difficult thing, but he was a real cooperative person. And he went out, took the pictures I wanted, brought them back to me. Weren't pictures of the inside, the outside, nothing like that. I wanted pictures of the underside of the vehicle. Somehow he got the pictures I needed. And I could determine certain things about the undercarriage of the vehicle that were important to me. And based on that and the other information he gave me about this being a one-owner vehicle and the customer history and so forth, I felt comfortable, and I told him, I said, I'd like to give you $1,000 returnable deposit, and I'm going to make my way up to Oregon in the next 72 hours, and if the vehicle suits my purposes, I'll give you the balance of the money. And that's what I did, and that's what I got, and here it is I'm sitting in it. So SearchTempest is a valuable resource. Another little used method that I've used a lot of times with other kinds of vehicles is going to a specialty shop, somebody that repairs that type of vehicle. In this case, it'd be an RV, so it'd be somebody repairing RVs. And ask them if they work on the type of RV that you're interested in. That establishes that you're possibly a potential customer. So the interest should be there on the part of the service writer or person you're talking to. Then the next question I ask is, would you be in a position to do a pre-purchase inspection if I were to bring you a vehicle to look at? Get your answer. And then just offhandedly, I ask, of your customers, do you know of anybody that has a vehicle like this that might be interested in selling it? And you'd be surprised. I've bought a couple of vehicles that way, where just going in, probing a little bit, asking if they would work on a vehicle that I got, or check it out if I was interested in a vehicle, and then ask that question. Do you know of anybody that has one they'd like to sell? They'll say, yeah, Mrs. McGillicuddy her husband died and she's not going to be using it anymore, and she expressed an interest in selling their unit. I've had it happen. So don't overlook that. It can be a valuable way to find a vehicle. Also, check estate sales. Call them, search estate sales in your area. And call whoever the broker or the agent or the auctioneer is at the sale and ask them if they have any vehicles. Yes, we do. Are there any RVs? Yes, there are. Are there any small RVs, Class Bs, whatever you're interested in? No, they're not. Okay, fine, on to the next. But you never know. You might find an estate sale that's meeting up this Saturday for an auction on the sale on the estate, and you might be able to make an offer on a vehicle that's right up your alley. A few words of caution too. eBay as a seller's platform might be fine. eBay as far as a buyer's platform, no. I've bought vehicles on eBay, and in both instances, they were thumbs down experiences, not good experience. And that's a lot of what can happen. I'm not saying all the time, but that's what can happen on eBay sales. They can look real good, things can look real good, and they can turn out to be a nightmare. My advice is, unless you can physically see a vehicle and have it inspected or inspect it yourself to determine its condition, I'm not interested in eBay. If somebody in San Francisco had something on eBay and I could go look at it, okay, maybe I would do that. But if somebody in Los Angeles has something on eBay and I'm not going to be anywhere near Los Angeles and I've got to rely on description and photographs and this kind of thing, no way I'm going to bid on that automobile or vehicle. Craigslist, it can be problematic too. This holds true for both eBay and Craigslist, and AutoTrader to some extent. On Craigslist, people do all kinds of things. You've probably heard the nightmare stories about Craigslist con artists. It's something to be wary of. The most common thing that happens is something that we kind of don't really think about, called curbstoning. What is curbstoning? The person who lists the vehicle for sale has recently acquired it and not transferred the title, ownership, and paid the fees to the DMV. So they're kind of in limbo with this vehicle. And the tip-off is the person selling the vehicle is not the person listed on the title or registration of the vehicle. The person doing it, committing the fraud, is attempting to avoid paying vehicle transfer fees, the registration fees, and the license fees for the vehicle, and thereby flip the vehicle without paying any of those fees and maximize the amount of profit that they can make flipping that vehicle. A lot of times the vehicle has been acquired from an auction or a tow company or a impound yard, and the vehicle is less than ideal, and someone will take some time to clean it up and make it look presentable, and it may have liens against it, it may have multiple violations, it may have registration violations, it may have parking, bridge toll, it could have all kinds of things. And you're buying this and the seller's walking away, and now Monday you're going to the DMV and whoops, here's all this stuff that you didn't realize was involved here. Seemed like an innocent sale, selling it for his grandfather, blah, 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 blah. In fact, better than be forewarned. If that situation occurs, just walk away. You're probably going to save yourself a lot of grief and aggravation. What about prices? As you know, the law of supply and demand, if something is scarce and in high demand, the price of it is going to go up. Mid-90s to 2000 Roadtreks on Dodge platforms haven't been built for the better part of 15 years or longer. So the ones that exist are all owned by somebody, and once in a while a few of them come up for sale. What's the demand? Well, if there were an unlimited number of that age vehicle, there would be tons of people right now today, like Samantha, that want to buy it and would buy it if it was a sound vehicle. Then you could look at the Blue Book or the NADA pricing and say, yeah, that should be about right. Whatever they say there should be about the right number. But when we look on eBay, Craigslist, AutoTrader, the Roadtrek forum, which also, by the way, has Roadtreks listed for sale, and you can go there free and look at the listings, they wouldn't be charging, or the people wouldn't be asking these much higher amounts for these vehicles. Is that gouging? Is that taking advantage of people? No, it's that all along the way, all during this time period, these vehicles haven't lost that much value. And once having lost their maximum depreciable value, they're beginning to go back up in value. Why is that? It's simple. The law of supply and demand. If you have something scarce, the price is going to go up. You will probably be able to strike a fair deal, fair bargain, with the person selling it. If you can't, and they're holding out for the top dollar, and you're not willing to give it, then move on and take a look at other vehicles. You just have to turn over the rocks. Now, on the other side of the coin, a word of caution. The old adage says, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Well, for our purposes, we're going to drop the probably. If it's too good to be true, it is too good to be true. That means that if you see a vehicle for thousands and thousands of dollars less than other equivalent products, you know you're dealing with a scam. There's no two ways about it. There's nobody out there selling a vehicle for that little money when they can just as easily go on Craigslist and look around and get comparables for what they're selling. They would sell it for an equivalent amount, or put best offer, or no reasonable offer refused, or something else. But when you see it for $6,000-$7,000 less, you know that whoever has posted that ad has done so for a different reason than selling a vehicle. They may not even have a vehicle. It may not even exist. And my encouragement is, if you want one of these vehicles, start searching for it. Try and get it at a point in time during the year when it favors you as opposed to sellers, like it does now. Diligently, each and every day, check through your resources for vehicles and brainstorm with other people about other places to look. And I wish you all the best in seeking out your particular Roadtrek. So if this comment corner, this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. If you think it'd help somebody else, please share it with them. Hit the subscribe button and the bell to get notified of new videos. And as always, comment as you see fit. Till the next video, see you later.